Ready? Capcom. Marvel versus. I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you for a ride. Flash. I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you. You win.
Of course I did. All right, we're going to do another review, but this time of a different toy line. I don't generally do Marvel Legends, but you know what? I saw this because I used to play the game Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and all those. And so this is straight up superior attack. I mean, they have clearly designed this after that game. There's just that pose, the style, the look, and I was like, man, I had to get it because he was one of my favorite characters to add in the lineup, because when he would do his superior attack thing, he would bring out this massive gun and shoot nothing but missiles all up your bunghole until you had racked up like 70 hits or something ridiculous, and it would come like, rack up the points and the praise and all that great stuff. But so hey, let's take a look at War Machine. Here's another render of said War Machine. And oh look, the back that shows you what you get if you open this package of War Machine. Even just looking at it, so it looks like he'll likely come with 2 sets of hands, really. 2 claws and 2 fists. And nice cartoony, comic-y look. Ooh, bunch of junk on the bottom. Alright, so let's get it open. Superior attack! Yeah, there we go. So he's out of the package. And he kind of shiny. Got a lot of gloss going on. Very, very stiff. And one little tiny complaint. So these things come mummified when you open them up. They're sealed in kind of a wax paper. But it's all good and games, man. So let's take a look at his bizarre accessories. Shall we? We shall. Because, hey, you're hearing this far, you don't got much choice. Yeah, I know, I've said that before. All right, what is this? All right, so let's get the elephant out of the room here. What in the name of all that is holy? So they just kind of threw this thing in the box, and so as a result, you get these lovely little twisties, like they're totally warped. So what? The energy spikes are supposed to be warped? Because I don't think so. And they're really, I guess you kind of fit one of the fists in there, and then you hold it up, and that's how he does superior attack. Oh my God. Yeah, that's just a little warpy. And then you get this blast effect, which, as you could see or not see, has the same shape as his chest. So that's where that will end up going. And it's got a little bit of a paint app on it. Kind of a weak ass paint app. But it fits on his chest. Whoopee boy. And then you get to standard fare blast effects that you tend to get with Marvel. I don't know if those are the same kinds that come with Ironheart, but they sure look like it. Then you get a claw hand with a hole in it. And you get a get fisted fist when you need to fist something. Yeah, we're going to go with that pun. Why not? So yeah, let's... these things are terrible. So let's take a look at the figure. All right, grabbing this guy. Like I said, he very shiny. He a very shiny guy. Like I said, very stiff. Appears to have double jointed elbows, but he can go fairly far, I guess. Very strong. Only thing I noticed was like, so with the fist, it goes in, oops, goes in and goes out, I guess. It's too stiff, but I guess he could T-pose to right about there. Can't really go much further. No, don't hurt me. And the head movement, I mean, sure, he could turn his head, and he can't look up very far, and he can't look down very far. As to why, I can't really tell. Maybe the jaw gets in the way. There's no head tilt, really. So he's just not very articulate. And that neck, having a neck joint is kind of pointless. Doesn't go anywhere. He's got ab crunch, so he can go back and get hurt. He can double over and puke. He can twist right at the hip. Legs come out, no drop down, but he can still do splits. Pinless, double jointed knees. Gets him to right about there. And he can bend his foot, bend it up, and he can rock it. Break me fit. So that's him literally in a nutshell. Oh, that thing is. Oh, that's very stiff. He could probably use a bath. But lots of good detail. I do like that shiny look to him. This is just kind of like white on the inside. So, like I said, that's where you kind of put this. It's shaped, so you don't really have a whole lot of choice. There, superior attack, yo. Yeah, okay. And as far as actual superior attack, I don't know if you're supposed to take the hands off or if they just fist on in. I'm going to go with they do. Or maybe you do take the hand off. Let's see. Oh, no, I done lost my hand. What am I going to do? Well, let me tell you what you're going to do. You're going to fit this. Yeah, I guess so. There, yeah. I will smack you in the face with my energy ball. Why not? Okay. And so you get the claw hands, if you're doing like, eagle claw kung fu. Oh, Jesus Christ. But therefore, blasty blast effects like pew pew. Pew pew. So I am curious though if the Ironheart if those blast effects do fit him. So now that we've done seen the figure, let's have a look at other figures in comparison to this figure, because now it is comparison time. All right, just a brief check, and yes, the Ironheart blast effects do fit him. And you know what? I do kind of dig it better as far as a matching look to him. That's actually pretty cool. So yeah, you see her back there? Yes. It's on the comparisons, woman. Well, that was weird. I was sitting here recording, and I'm looking at the little tiny monitor on the camera, and it starts to fade and get darker and darker. And I'm like, what's going on? And then it just cut off because it was out of battery. That's what happens. So anyway, not sure how far it got before it shut off, but I was going to say that this is Spider-Man from Amazing Spider-Man and Friends. It's not the Capcom version. Kind of wish they kind of had one that was, but I mean, I think it's close enough. Why not? I just love that game. Anyway, so there you have it. Let's move on to maybe some other Marvel characters. All right, now we've got Longshot from the Mojo set and Wolverine from, I think it's like the Disney somehow version. I don't know. I had to order it from Disney. It was weird. So like, Gene Splice. And unfortunately, Longshot has never been in any of the Marvel Capcom games, to my knowledge. I think he might have been one of those sub-select characters that if you did a move, you'd like come off screen and do something and then go away. Can't remember if that was Marvel vs. Capcom that had that. I'm sure it's somewhere. Somebody will yell at me about it saying, you big doofus, it was such and such. Yeah, you talk just like that, right? Oh, naughty me. So, yeah, as to be expected, Wolverine is shorter, and that's on par. But if I'm not very much mistaken, it looks like Longshot is slightly shorter than War Machine. Very interesting. I know I've said this probably half a dozen times in other videos, but the Fortnite characters really match up well with the Marvel Legends. They've got that same kind of over-exaggerated comic-y feel, you know, the kind of same look to the plastics, the strange look to the weapons and everything. So this Sludge and then this weird female devil demon character thing. I'm sorry, I just don't know the name. Yeah, they fit quite well. You could easily have it's almost like Fortnite and Marvel Legends are interchangeable. Like they have the same designer or something. I don't know. It's weird. Well, it's not weird, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. All right, how about some G.I. don't know? Yeah, just being silly. So we have Destro and we have the Bat. Again, he looks right at home with the g.i.joe base. He's not really comically over exaggerated like some of the other Marvel characters are, where I think he matches up quite well with the design style of even G.I. Joe Classified. What do you think? I think it works out really well. So you could very well have War Machine showing up with Joe or Cobra or whomever. Obviously he's a hero, so he'd probably, going against Cobra, but you never know. You never know. And how about some Bobby Valavas? Yep. I think those Swarm characters fit in quite nicely. They're almost maybe just a shy hair taller, or right at the same size, just about. So, again, another decent mix between the two. You could, I'd see it. I think it stacks up really well. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you think you would ever pair up this style of Marvel Legends against any of your other brands. All right, that'll about wrap up my review of War Machine from Marvel Legends series. And, have yourself a Marvel Capcom kind of day. On with the photos. Dear God, what have I done to myself?